Hello, everybody, welcome. Those are psych investigators. So, Karina is not on today. It's only 1:07 a.m. I was kind of feeling I have very low energy today. It's that time of the month almost. Hold on. So, I was just not feeling well at all, but I meant to record. Uh, Rosie's a little crazy. I think she's. Well, I meant to record something earlier, but I kept postponing. Then I made a mistake of going on internets to look at what's going on. So, okay, so I look a little. I'm not drunk. I don't drink, by the way. I just look a little mess. Look a little mess right now. So, guys, okay, where do we start? So first, I wanted to tell you about this conversation I had. I had a reading with somebody today. She'll allow me to share conversations. But it's nothing, nothing identifying of her or anything. So she's a federal employee, and we were talking about what is happening. And she said she, like, as it has been reported, she received one of those, as all her, okay, not only did she receive this, but her colleagues also received this. And it was that letter that asks if they would like to resign, right? I think, I believe, I don't know if it's every federal employee received it, but her agency received. Like I think a lot of agencies also. So, and she said that it was so poorly written. So I asked about it, right? What's going to happen to her and what to do, because that was the thing that she was calling me about. And so it was very interesting because I have to share this. I thought it was like such an interesting image. And it was so, no, guys, I know I told you before, it's 1 a.m. I have no reason to put on makeup, right? Already kind of like smeared makeup here, but it's for self-soothing purposes. So here I am gonna put, I really need a lip gloss right now. Red lipstick, right? Yeah, I do, just for fun, self-soothing. So anyway, so I saw this image because she was asking what to do, right? She said that there's organizations that told them not to, right, not to do anything, just do not accept it, right? So then I looked. And so because essentially I don't know if I looked like what is going to happen to her or what to prepare for, right? And it was such an interesting image. It was Elon Musk. It was showed me this person in a shoebox, as if she has been reduced to the size of a person who fits in a shoebox. And then above her, as if like imagine a shoebox is here, and there's like this above her, she sees this huge creature, this big man. And above him, he's sort of like standing him. The image, the vision I saw from like as if the camera was like below, right? And so there was a big face, and he was as big as the moon from the perspective of a person who is the size of a shoebox. And then he was like, ah, like this, right? Shaking the shoebox. And then after the shoebox was shaken, then it stopped shaking. And then of course it's like an earthquake, right? If your apartment is like a shoebox. She's like shaken up. And then she gets up. And then it shows me this image of Elon, right? As this, like, because he was juxtaposed. His face was sort of like in front of, when it's at night and there's the moon, but in front of the moon was him. So he think as if to say he's the moon man, meaning that um he's a creature of the darkness. And also we know how in other systems, even tarot, the moon is what is not, is what you can only see it's partially true, right? It's not really the full picture. So is this person of the night, and kind of crazy too. So then it shows that this is all dark, right? When all of this happening, the shakeup. Then it shows him to be a hand of a woman, pushes him away, and then the sunlight returns. And the sunlight returns, and it becomes clear that it was all an illusion. Like not an okay, what is happening is real, right? But that he created this fantasy that he was this moon man, like this godly like creature, when in fact he never was. And he had no jurisdiction and he had no like he was just essentially trolling the world and this country because he has no jurisdiction. So he doesn't really have like he's saying he's doing all these things, he's pushing all these things, but none of this is technically legal. That's what I understood. And then it shows me that once this, like for her, once this earthquake, like shoebox shaking thing is over, then like then things return to normal, if there was such a thing, right? That in some ways it was this meta illusion that was created to convince people that he has power when in fact he doesn't. Now, that is not to say that, of course, he was able to do this is real, right? This is happening to all thousands of people all over the federal government. But at the same time, it's like it's not going to take like does it make sense, guys? I know it sounds crazy because then I was like watching and just really like I don't know. Sorry. You know, so many things. Somebody was she on Ambien? Is Rosie on Ambien? Do you know? She's kind of she looks a little. Her hair is all messy and stuff. Do you know what she on Ambien? Do you know? No, she's a little. She got something missing in her hair. That's what it is. Anyway, guys, and by the way, I do this. It makes me laugh and it relaxes me. Honestly, I'll be like, "Oh, Rosie, you know, I barely understand what she says. Her accent is a little thick. Her diction is terrible." And then she makes these voices and faces. You know, can I just get the information without all of it? No, but this is this is the kind of thing that relaxes me, honestly, guys, because when all this stuff is going on, it's kind of crazy. So anyway, so going back here to Elon Musk and the vision of the moon man. So anyway, basically we're living this meta illusion. It's not okay, again, meta illusion in the sense that yes, he's doing all these things, but that the power that he's yielding in some ways is illusory. And that in his whole life, he's kind of like Trump. He's never been stopped. Okay. And then I see at some point, I was talking to her now it was technically yesterday because it was last evening, a few hours ago. So, so the other thing, the next thing, so I asked about the people that sent her these messages, right? These kids, whoever they were. It does show that they're sending these messages. You know, there's this board called 4chan. It's like this shit posting board where people are like, yeah, I'm just gonna, say edgy things and whatever and see what we can get away with. And that to them, it's sort of like a video game. It's not real. They don't understand. I'm not giving excuses to them, but this is all kind of like these people that lack empathy, sort of sociopaths. And then I saw that they're like, trolling, doing this. And then eventually comes the man in black, meaning series of cops with all the, the gear, the all the people when they go into the all the black, like with the masks and all the guns drawn, and they're like, hands above your head, and they're like, okay, 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 and then they are arrested and go to real hardcore like interrogations in prison and all of it, and they are treated like terrorists, which is what they are. What's happening now is a terror attack by an unelected official. Okay, so yeah, I'm very normal. I love to put on makeup at 2 a.m., 1 a.m. because the world is ending. No, it's not. But you know what I'm saying? Might as well, guys, just the craziness that we're dealing with. So, but does it make sense? It's sort of like, this is what I got. That this is, and I confirmed multiple times with her. I checked and I asked for many different angles. And it did say that it was like this moment of like culmination of the meta illusion. And then it goes away. Okay. And it goes away very swiftly. And he doesn't really have all the power. Okay. And guys, like I said, I've been really, and I was explaining to people on the phone today that my energy level has been strange because before the election, no, before the election, before the whole inauguration, Corinne and I kept going, really knowing like that things are going to reverse and that everything is going to get better. And that just kept us going. But now with this thing having unexpectedly, right, uh, continued, like I think there's this energetic overwhelm, right? It's overwhelming at times, really. In terms of like, I was just like, I have to turn it off because I was reading the thing and there was so much going on with all the terror attacks, basically, that it's overwhelming. But now doing this, I enjoy myself and I realize like I know, but then I go to bed so late and I'm sorry, and I barely sleep and all of it. So it's just like really it's very complicated, when you think about all of this that's going on. But that's what it is. I feel like whenever I ask spirit, I always get that this is almost like, oh, and the image again of this eclipse, like that. I don't think I said this part, that when Elon Musk was like above, when the moon kind of face like the size of the moon and it was dark, it's as if it was this eclipse of truth. He represented it. He was this creature of this lifetime, of like this moment of life where everything was obscured and then the light comes. So it's like we're living this moment of total obscurity of the light, but it's coming. The light's coming. And that's what I got. Okay, so I wanted to share this. Now there's a couple of other things that and I wanted to do this now because we have so much going on, right? And I was now again uh watching, like just going on and seeing all the stuff that came out. So I'm not going to even bother like looking up the link, okay? Because it's this is just meant to be kind of a casual chit chat of a mass situation. No, but so what was on there? Believe it. I mean, it's like we knew that, but now it's okay. So Pam Bondi, she not corrupt, no, nothing. So she disbanded the part of the DOJ that was looking into foreign election interference, number one. Number two, she also disbanded the part that was going after Russian oligarchs, which is the kleptocracy, remember? Division that Biden had installed. So, so, so now it's just like, I don't know what to say. I mean, I want to know. So I'd like to ask Spirit here again. This is just a kind of an informal look into things, okay? So, Spirit, Pam Bondi. So the Spirit, we know that Russia is involved in all this. And Pam Bondi just went ahead and killed, investigate like the whole department that was going out for these people. So we know that they're behind all this. But tell us, please should tell me something. Uh, okay, what the hell is going? I mean, we know what's going on. This is obvious, but please inform me on something. So what happens is process. Sorry, guys. I know I'm recording here just because it's a way for me to like focus. Okay. No, I need the gloss for the. I need to hear his gloss's spirit is speaking to me through the glass. By the way, this color, just so you know, it's Maybelline Super Stay Vinyl. It's inexpensive product for this, for what it is. Okay. As the world turns. No. So no. So that was interesting, guys. So first I saw this image of the like this woman. She makes a decision. She announces it, but then it bounces back. Like she puts it out in the world and it bounces back. You know how like a check can be returned like that. Her order is returned. It bounces back. I did see that those oligarchs were happy about it, but it lasts. It does not last. And again, I don't know how it goes, but it's not long enough for them to make any big changes. And I see those Russian oligarchs celebrating over how they're going to buy houses in the US again, and they're going to do this and that. And then and then next thing you know, there's so I do get something that there's a blackout. It's saying for 3 days there's darkness, and then after that, this is over. So I did see people, I think it's military or something, but people in uniform that are good people that are kind of saying that we are, what is it, like something like they're taking. It's like the military protects us. I'm serious. And and again, I don't know the details. I can't quite understand it either. You know what I mean? Like I don't know because this is the thing. What's the most challenging part for me about this is that I don't understand how or where it could come from. I mean, I have find it hard to believe that a country like the US would just kind of give up and let Russians take over like that because that's what it is, right? Elon Musk works for them. And the other thing that came out is that, US said, right, that he's trying to shut down, was investigating him and his efforts to turn off the Starlink in Ukraine. And of course, then he goes and cuts this agency. So that's what I'm understanding. It's not, I know it's very easy to say, oh, it's another story of like, oh, there's a, here's a, like, here is a, like, oh, just wait 5 more days or whatever. No, it's like, it's not that. It's just that I feel like this is, the guys, this thing is not sustainable, okay? And, right? But what I understand here is that it's not going to last. I know it's easy to say. I can't explain to you exactly how it will happen. Okay, but that's that. And then let's see what else here, Carol. Carol, true. So, okay, so then again, I get here again confirming that these people are doing 100% unlawful work. And finally, he will be stopped because we know that Elon Musk, like Donald Trump, no one has ever dared. He got away with everything, right? But he soon, very soon, he will meet his limits because I think that also people on Trump's side too don't like him and don't like what he's doing and the way he's going about doing things. And there's a big power struggle in the background. So there's that. Okay, so okay, there was something else I wanted to say. Mm, what was it? What was there? So it's about that. Anything else Pierre would like to say? Oh, the airplane. Okay, so there's another airplane now, this time in Alaska, that disappeared. 10 people in the airplane. Again, I see Putin. I do. And it's saying Putin, that's his plan, right? He wants to get us. He wants to get us to accept to get out of Ukraine. Meaning stop supporting Ukraine. And they want to take over. Guys, at this point, this is not like it's a secret, right? So how is this going to, remember we asked about it, how is this going to end? It just says again, the military and NATO too. And I know, so people are like me, even I was like, whoa, what the hell? What is, so it's saying this is a time to pray, really. And I know, okay, and not a lot of people, some people got, not a lot of people, some people got mad that I use now the Oracle of Rama. So no, this is, some people, most people got, were happy about this, but some people that think that this is like too, too weird. But this weird thing has been around for thousands of years. It's an important book. This is an adaptation, I believe, of the book, but it's an important book in Hindu culture, religion. Okay, so it's not kooky. It's us who are behind the times. Okay, because we're late. We just started like, honestly, our Western world is just so. It's like newcomers, really. That's who we are. So anyway, so so anyway, so I'm saying this because I asked. Because really, this is first recommended to me by somebody that I have her books. I respect very much. So so that's why I became interested. Very recent, but I asked for myself because it's a struggle. It's a struggle. So I asked like what how are this, what do we do, or what's going on, right? How is this going to go? What the situation that these people are doing all these horrible things? What do we do? How do we act, right? So the answer was Heart of the Oracle. The divine heroes are allotted. Very auspicious indication. And then the line is one. The innocent enthusiasm is necessary at this time. So I thought it was very interesting because again, it's this idea. This is really all about faith, that we must have blind belief. So let's see here. 441. The minstrel sage Narada sang to Hanuman about Ayodhya rejoicing at Rama's sacred rites. Hanuman, the son of the wind, heard him enthralled. His heart could not contain his delight. Hanuman represents what we have devoted our life energy to, or more specifically, our life energy devoted to God. So that's the energy of faith, essentially. Once we have honored the divine child, our life energy must naturally be immersed in it. Such innocent enthusiasm is necessary at this time. So essentially what we must have, guys, is essentially praising God and really praising God and standing the light. Because all of this, I do think it's a combination of of the devil's energy, really, of delusion, fear, all of it. And we must give ourselves to the light, to the highest energy, because it will not last forever. This thing does not last forever. And it will not last that long either, is that what I think. Okay. So that was the message for now. No, really, that was the message for today. And tomorrow I'll come back with Corinne and we'll discuss things more in depth. Okay? Alrighty, all right. So I'm finishing up. It's 1:31 a.m. Technically, February 7th, but I'll say it's the 6th, but late. All right, so thanks for watching. Thanks for putting up with me in spite of my bad makeup today. All right, let's stay stronger. Love you guys. Okay, bye.